Jared Dillian Show.
I'm Jared Dillian. This is the Jared Dillian Show. Welcome. If you want to call to talk about your money, please call 844-305-7800. That's 844-305-7800. This is the Jared Dillian Show. How to save for retirement. You know, you would think this would be pretty self-explanatory, and people would have had this figured out by now. You see, in the United States of America, the government encourages you to save for retirement. It provides incentives for you to save for retirement. I'm not talking about Social Security. There are tax-advantaged retirement accounts. You may have heard of them. One of them is called the 401k. And the 401k is if you work at a private company, and they allow annual contributions of up to $19,000. $19,000. So let me just put this in perspective. If you make $100,000 a year and you contribute $19,000 towards your 401k, that means that $81,000 is taxable, and the $19,000 is not. So assuming you had a tax rate of about 25%, you're saving almost $5,000 in taxes. So if I told you that pretty much everybody who worked in the private sector in the United States, who worked for large companies, had 401k plans, and they had the ability to save $5,000. $5,000. By the way, the thing that I bought cost $1,000. I could have bought 5 of those things. $5,000. And how many people take advantage of that? 41% of people in the United States contribute in any form to a 401k. I literally want to stab myself in the eye with a fork. I can't believe it. Now, this isn't even like maxing it out. I'm not talking about maxing it out. I'm talking about contributing to it at all. Even if you only contribute. So we have a problem. People's behavior is just screwed up. Free money. Like literally, if I took a stack of 50 $100 bills in an envelope and I put it on the table in front of you, that would be like you saying, nah, I don't care. Not interested in $5,000. $5,000 is a lot. And people don't do it. I recommend, if you have a salary, you have $100,000 or more, you have the ability to max out a 401k. Now, there's any number of reasons why people don't do that. And some is they say they don't have the money. No, wrong. By the way, so if you can max it out if you have $100,000, you can max it out if you have $80,000. Like, you can do it. Everybody has the ability to do this. This is what saving is all about. By the way, I mean, they say they don't know about it. How can you not know about a 401k? I sounds hard to believe to me. But you know, I don't know how people don't know about the existence of a 401k. I don't know. Number 3 is laziness, and I think that's mostly it. It's so hard. You have to like go over to a computer and grab the mouse and then left click, double click on a browser, and the browser opens up to your company intranet, and then you have to click on 401k. I know, so hard. How can anybody do this? Or, you know, people say the taxes are too hard to figure out. There's nothing to figure out because your taxable income is lower. That's it. You're going to get a form at the end of the year that says that you contributed to a 401k, but there's no math because you just have a lower adjusted gross income. Anyway, that's a lot of money to leave on the table. And if you make $100,000 a year, you can max it out. I guarantee you can do it. You can even have coffee. At a 25% effective tax rate, you will save about $5,000 a year in taxes. And that is a lot of money. A lot of people don't see it as money because it's not actual money, but it is actual money. It is actual money. Oh, man, it's so frustrating. By the way, the IRA, I don't have the statistics in front of me. So the 401k, you can contribute $19,000. An IRA, you can contribute $6,000, which is less. Roth or traditional. I don't want to get too much into the weeds on Roth versus traditional today. But with a traditional IRA, you can save money off your taxes today. If you contributed $6,000, you would save about $1,500. You would save $1,500, and you can contribute to a traditional IRA and a 401k at the same time. So the number of people who contribute to an IRA in this country, I want to say it's like 8 million people, so it's like less than 10%. I can't believe it. I mean, why would you, $1,500, even $1,500 is something. Why would you? Anyway, then there's something called the SEP IRA, and this may apply to you. The SEP IRA is for self-employed people, and this is probably the biggest tax benefit that you can get as a citizen of the United States. So if you're a sole proprietor or a single member LLC or something like that, or an S Corp, you can contribute $56,000 a year, and that $56,000 a year is tax-free. So if your tax rate is 30%, that's like $17,000 in tax savings. So I'm self-employed, so I've had a SEP IRA for a long time. I've been contributing to it for like 8 years. And, look, the thing with 401ks, IRAs, and SEP IRAs and stuff like that, if you contribute to them, you invest in stocks and bonds, it compounds over time. Some of these accounts can get really big. I mean, there's examples of $1 million 401ks. I mean, there was actually like a famous incident on Twitter a couple years ago. There was a journalist named Felix Salmon, and Felix Salmon was sort of like crapping all over these people who had $1 million 401ks. No, it's real. You could have $1 million in your 401k, and it's super easy to have $1 million in your SEP IRA. So, yeah, you can save $17,000. A lot of people don't know about the SEP IRA. There's a lot of people that don't know about it. And once again, it's just laziness. I mean, I got to walk over to the computer. I just got to go to Vanguard, VANGUARD.com. And the page is loading up. I know it's so slow. And then I just I gotta move the mouse to the other side of the page where it says retirement plans. I know it's so arduous. And you gotta click down where it says, SEP IRAs. I don't know. I'm being kind of a jackass, but it's really like, if it's free money, people like free money and they just don't want to do this. So, I've been taking advantage of the SEP IRA for years, and, basically $50,000 goes into my retirement account every year. And you don't even really need any growth in the stock market for this to add up. I mean, really, like, if you think about, if you contributed to a 401k, $19,000 for 30 years, and you save $5,000 a year, that's $150,000 in savings on your taxes, which in terms of coffee is like 160 years of coffee. I mean, seriously. By the way, when it comes to your taxes, don't be aggressive on your taxes. I mean, these are perfectly legitimate. Nobody is going to look at you. You're not going to get any additional scrutiny because you have a 401k or an IRA. You're not going to get any additional scrutiny. You will get additional scrutiny if you're trying to deduct bogus business expenses, or if you have a business that you've been running at a loss for years, or if you have a hobby that you lose money all the time and you're listing it as a business. That's how people get audited. It's not by contributing to an IRA, so don't worry about the taxes. Nobody's going to audit you because you took every dollar of an IRA contribution. Anyway, contribute to retirement plans. I'm Jared Dillian. This is The Jared Dillian Show.
Jared Dillian. Now you know a rich guy.